Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, today, as requested, we are doing another stealth camping video. I have been working really hard on my van. It looks like this right now. I took that picture, I don't know, a couple hours ago right before I left to come out here. And I decided I've been working really hard on it and I deserve a treat. So I am treating myself to a night of stealth camping. I already got the eyeball pretty hard coming in here. There was a ranger in the parking lot. I didn't get any footage of him because I thought that would be awfully suspicious. But I'm walking down this path with a big old backpack on. I'm sure he had some idea of what I was planning. But anyway, we're walking along this trail right now, and I have a rough idea of where I want to stop tonight. But that is about 2 miles or so that way down this trail. Well, I'm headed to my backup spot for the evening. The spot I originally wanted to go to tonight was just a little sketchy. It was in a not so good part of town, located behind a grocery store. And I thought if I tucked back into the woods far enough that I'd be okay, that there wouldn't be an issue. But I got back there and started walking back, and this is what it looked like. And I decided that was just a little bit too sketchy for me. I would have been up all night just kind of worrying about who was around. So I decided to drive a little further on and come out here to my backup spot. All right, this is roughly the area I want to be in. I'm looking for a good entrance to this little piece of woods over here, and also some sort of landmark, so when I come out later I know where I can go back in. All right, I think I found a good spot here. There's just one thing I want to do. I think there's an unimproved path that way, and I want to go explore a little bit and see if I can find that. Because I don't want any surprises. I don't think anybody will be through there during the night, but I don't want any surprises in the next couple hours while I'm making camp and cooking dinner. So I'm going to go see if I can find that unimproved path and see exactly how far away from that I am. So I just shoved my rainfly for my pack up in that tree behind me. I don't know exactly, I mean I do know where I am, but I don't know that I'd be able to find this spot again, and I'm going to leave my pack sitting there. So I have that up just a little bit higher just so I can see it from a little farther away. So I bushwhacked, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes one direction, and I did not come across that unimproved trail. I'm not quite sure where it is, but I feel like I'm tucked back in here far enough where nobody's going to find me. You'd really have to want to come back here. I bushwhacked in, I bushwhacked back beyond where I was. I feel perfectly comfortable setting up camp here this evening. I'm going to go ahead and get dinner going, even though I'm probably not going to eat for about another 90 minutes. And the reason why I'm going to go ahead and get it going now is I've got some pasta sauce that I dehydrated a few weeks ago, and I find that the longer I let that sit and reconstitute, the more tasty it is. So I've got my trusty one burner there. Here's my pasta sauce with meat. What this is just sauce that I got out of a jar, and I threw it in the dehydrator overnight, maybe about 12, 14 hours, and right now it just looks like leather. But once you reconstitute it and heat it through, oh my goodness, it's really tasty. This is my favorite backpacking meal by far. Pasta. Pasta and red sauce. I love it. I think I'm just going to use my spoon tonight. Try to keep the amount of dishes I have to do to a minimum. So, while dinner is over there rehydrating, let's talk about gear for a second. My regular viewers will know that on my last outing, my, probably 25-year-old, is it that old? Probably 20-year-old spring and summer bag gave up the ghost. The zipper on it broke. So, I went and I got this one. This is rated down to, I believe, 40 degrees. You couple that with the underquilt of the hammock, and I think I'm going to be just fine tonight. It's supposed to get down to about 45 tonight. Really, really good sleeping weather. And I've also had a lot of requests to talk a little bit about hammocks. So we're going to do that next. You guys have heard me talk about underquilts for underneath the hammock. And what this is, it's basically a secondary sleeping bag. All right? When you're sleeping in a hammock, not only do you have air going over top of you, but you've also got air going underneath you. And when you're sleeping in your sleeping bag, you're actually compressing that bag down. What keeps you warm when you're in a sleeping bag is having air underneath you as insulation. Your body heat warms up the sleeping bag, warms up the air in the sleeping bag, and that's what keeps you warm at night. If you can imagine sleeping on a sleeping bag, you're compressing that bag so there's no air in there, there's no insulation. What the underquilt does then is it acts as a secondary sleeping bag. So as the air goes underneath you, you've still got some insulation. You've actually got a bit of an air pocket in between that underquilt, the hammock, and the air. I've also had some questions on actually sleeping in a hammock. So this is a two-person hammock. It's rated up to 500 pounds. I got it because it was a little bit roomier, and I'm going to show you now the wrong way and the right way to sleep in a hammock. For hammock sleeping, I like to have one side a little bit higher than the other, and that's where I'm going to have my head, up that direction. I usually don't backpack with a pillow. If it's winter, I'll take my coat and I'll use that as a pillow. But if I don't have a pillow, which is most of the time when I'm backpacking, having my head up a little bit higher acts as kind of like a pillow. The other thing you want to do is you don't want to sleep in a hammock this way, like a banana, all right? Because then your feet are up, your butt's sagging, and that can be very, very uncomfortable. What you do want to do is you want to sleep diagonally in a hammock. So here's the wrong way. All right, my head is up, my feet are up. It's fine for right now, but it could be pretty uncomfortable. I like to pull myself up higher and then sleep diagonal. So I don't know if you all can see this on the video, but I'm fairly flat right now. And that's hammock sleeping. Well, this is reconstituting quite nicely. I'm going to add a little more water and my pasta to this and make it like a marzetti. Let it sit for about 10 minutes. Then it's time to eat. Well, I picked up this camping tarp a while ago, and I have yet to use it. I definitely won't need it tonight, but I figure I've got the time right now to set it up, and the inclination and the energy to set it up. So I'm going to go ahead and set it up tonight, and see how it does, see how easy it is to set up, and see if it's something worth taking on a longer backpacking trip. Check that out. That is an absolutely massive tarp. Once I set it up, I realized I had it set up upside down, but it's fine for tonight. I've got it tied up between the two trees and staked down on two of the corners. So I like it. We're going to use it tonight. We're going to leave it set up. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the stealth test now. With it being pretty light out, and then I've got the green camo tarp up. I'm kind of curious to see what you can see from how far away. Here we are, I don't know, 20 feet away, and I can see my backpack right there. Try and zoom in on it. I can make out the yellow of my backpack right there. And there's the tarp. This is about 30 feet away. But again, I know where it is. I've got a direct line of sight on it. So, there you go. Here it is 40 feet away, and I can make out the top of the tarp. But I know where I'm looking. Here's another angle, 40 feet away, maybe 50. Right there's the leisure path I walked in on. Now we're going to head back to where I am. My conclusion, I'm well hidden. You'd really have to want to come back here and really look in order to find me. Great little spot. I'm happy with it. But here's tonight's entertainment. Little John Grisham, Rogue Lawyer. It's a great book. It's one I've actually read before. I don't read a lot of Grisham, but this is one that I enjoy. So I'm going to go heat up dinner one more time and let that do its thing, and then I'm going to read for about 20 minutes. Well, I think that's going to do it for me tonight. I am not terribly tired yet, but I'm not going to go do my walk like I normally do. The big reason is I'm a little afraid I won't be able to get back in here and find this place. Um, I'm, like I said, I'm pretty well hidden, and I've lost my camp before when I've gone out to walk, and I don't want to do that tonight. So I've got this book. I'm just going to lay here for a while and read, and drift off to sleep. So I am going to get up, take my shoes off, and snuggle down into the sleeping bag. But other than that, I will see you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning. This hammock kind of folded into a cocoon on me overnight. Not that I'm complaining. It was comfortable and helped keep some of the warmth in, actually. I did wake up once in the night. I had my dome light in here with me, and that ended up, kind of pushing up against the small of my back. But other than that, I slept through the night. I had a great night. Very cozy, very comfortably. But I think I'm going to lay here for a few minutes. Well, I guess it's time to get up. One thing you want to do out here before you put your shoes on is give them a knock together, turn them upside down. If you want to knock them together, turn them upside down. Make sure no little critters crawled into them overnight. Look at this morning. What a beautiful, beautiful, crisp spring morning. It is a little chilly. It's about 50 degrees right now, so I'm going to grab my sweatshirt here in a minute. But just listen to these birds, man. This spot is great. It's hard to believe I'm still technically in the city. I really like that spring sleeping bag that I bought. When I got into it last night, it was probably in the low 60s, and I was actually a little warm. Woke up in the night, zipped it up a little bit, pulled it up around my shoulders, and just with the cocoon effect of the hammock, I had no issues. I was warm and comfortable all night long. Well, I think I'm going to do a little breakfast here. Usually I would pack up, hike out, and get going, but I'm enjoying this spot, so I'm going to make myself some coffee and oatmeal. I love these little Folger coffee singles for backpacking. Basically, it's just like a tea bag, except it has coffee in it. Gotta have coffee. Very, very important. It's probably my last addiction that I indulge is caffeine. So, yeah, probably sugar too. I probably indulge in sugar too much than I should. Anyway, I digress. Let's go make some coffee. That's enough to get me going. Okay, now, here's the big decision of the morning. Do we do strawberries and cream or maple and brown sugar? I think strawberries and cream this morning. No double portions. Just one packet'll do. Might have left just a little too much water in the oatmeal this morning. So, my options are to dump that other package of oatmeal in here or eat it like this. And I'm going to just eat it like this. Best part of waking up. Alright, I'm going to finish this, then we're going to break camp. I like to leave a place better than I found it. I am delighted to say that this time that's not going to be possible. I try to pick up trash and stuff whenever I do a little stealther, but there was no trash around here. This place looked great when I got here, and you'd never know that anybody was here last night. Alright, it's time to bushwhack our way out of here. Let's get after it. Hey everybody. As always, thanks so much for coming along. You know, I don't normally ask for this, but I'm gonna ask this time. If you could give this a thumbs up, give me a like, and go ahead and hit subscribe. That would really help me out. It'd help other people find the channel. It would help my channel grow. I'd appreciate it. But in the meantime, keep getting out there. Definitely keep adventuring. And we'll see you on the next one, where undoubtedly we'll be doing more van stuff. Have a great morning, everybody. Take care.